Hey guys, in this series we are going to learn about machine learning, especially it will be kind of applied machine learning. In first video, we will see introduction of machine learning and demystify some of the terms in AI field like machine learning, deep learning, neural network, data science. So we will talk more about it, and this field is really interesting and it is fun to learn. Let's dive into it. If you see Forbes report by 2022, there will be 58 million new jobs will be created in this AI field. It means there is a huge potential to grow in this field. I think it's right time to learn this technology, and also this will be very interesting to learn. Okay, first let us demystify the terms in AI field like machine learning, neural network or deep neural network. What is mean by that? So say for example, now an artificial intelligence is a group and machine learning is a subset of it, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So let us consider an example for it. So let us assume that we are going to a school and we are learning a lot of things. So that comes under learning, and from that learning we are going to write an exam and we are going to bring an answer, that is like a prediction. And by end of the year we will have a lot of knowledge in different fields. So now based upon this knowledge we are going to build an application. For example, like using math skill and physics skill, we are going to build a rocket. So that is an intelligence. Okay, what is deep learning? Basically an algorithm mimicking the human brain is called as a neural network, and this neural network comes under deep learning. And this deep neural network is nothing but there will be like a lot of other stages before this neural network for storing the information which is learned before, or to process the input data to get more features, something like there will be like lot of stages before this neural network, and the stages plus the neural network is called as a deep neural network. One of the examples is convolution neural network. So all these algorithms are for learning and predicting the outcome. So it basically comes under the machine learning, and this machine learning contains a lot of other algorithms other than the neural network. So the machine learning is a big group and deep learning is another, and this deep learning is evolving more because it has a huge potential. Before it was not so successful because of lack in computation resources. There is no big difference between data science and artificial intelligence. The data science outcome will be an insightful information that will be really helpful for decision making. It means the decision needs to be taken by the user, but mostly in AI the decision will be done by the system. Let us take an example. When you go to Amazon website and if you want to buy a product A, and if you do a lot of searches for A, and after some time if you see there will be like similar products to A which is suggested by website itself, and it will tempt you to buy. This is how a business can be grown. So now let us see how traditionally we are doing programming and how the machine learning is different from that. So in the traditional programming we will have a rules. Based on that rules we will do a programming, and this programming will be like C, C++ or Java, something like that, and we will give an input, and this based upon the rules, if for some loops and the logics there will be an outcome. This is how we are doing a traditional programming. So basically a machine learning is a bit different. So we will give an input and we will give an output, and this algorithm which is implemented using C, C++ or something, Python or Java, this basically will learn a pattern from the data and it will create a rules. This rules will be an outcome from that, and the next time when you give an input for this rules, so there will be an prediction that will be called as an outcome or output from that rules. So this is here, if you see there is no traditional programming concept if and for. So basically it created rules by itself. Let's see an example with an Excel itself how a pattern can be found from the input and output data. Okay, first let us create an input data like 1 2 3 4 5, and let us create an equivalent output data which can be like multiples of input data. Here multiples of 2, so 2 4 6 8 10 12 like that, and let us draw a scatter plot for this. Let's see how this will looks like. So it's kind of a linear, so let's add a linear element there in chart, and let us plot an equation or add an equation in this chart. So let's see how it can be done. So go to more trend lines and click display equation. So now you can see equation is automatically created by Excel. So based upon the input and output, so basically based upon the pattern, it created an equation. Basically machine learning also will works in similar way, but a lot of other ways also there, but it can find a complex pattern from the input and output. It can find a complex linear equation or non-linear equation, and it can be a higher order equation. So, and also like it will work for multi-dimensional data. So basically it will not be one or two, it can be multi-dimensional data, and it can find a complex patterns. And there are a lot of other algorithms which will work on different ways, like for example SVM, decision tree, KNN, random forest, ridge regression. Like a lot of algorithms are there which will work on different ways. In the upcoming videos we will discuss about different algorithms and its own advantage and disadvantage, and what are the parameters are there to tune it. So like that we will see in the upcoming videos. Basically in machine learning we will have two different kinds of problem. One is regression and one is classification. So in our case we saw what example is a regression problem. When we give 10 we are getting 20. So when we see this equation y is equal to 2x, when you give x value, equivalent y value will be predicted, and which will be a continuous value. So this is called as a regression problem. So there is another kind of problem which is like a classification problem. So based upon input and output, it will find a boundary, and when next time when you give a new input, so basically based upon this boundary, the outcome will be like either it will be below this boundary or above this boundary, like 0 or 1. This kind of problem is called a classification problem. So there can be a multi-class classification, but here I am giving an example of 0 or 1. So basically there can be like multi-class, basically 0, 1, 2, 3, like different kinds of classification also can be there. So in the regression it will be a continuous value. Well, in this video we talked about machine learning. So what are the different terms in AI field and what is the difference between that? So basically we demystified a lot of terms in this field, and we had a quick introduction what is machine learning and how it is differ from traditional programming. So we saw an Excel example how the equation can be formed from the input and output data. So yeah, so basically we saw a quick introduction. So in the next video we will see about the tools. Those tools we will be using throughout this machine learning videos. So like scikit, tensorflow, pandas, numpy, and the significance of the tools and what are the options are there and what are the algorithms are there. So we will see in this upcoming videos. So for this machine learning videos I'm going to use Python scripting as an language, and all these tools will be like having Python support. If you are very new to Python, then maybe you can Google it and you can learn some Python basics, and meantime I will do a Python tutorial which will be really helpful for this learning the machine learning. Thanks for watching video. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel.